A chance to mend and reset relations. French President Emmanuel Macron and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese are holding talks in Paris today. It is the first formal face-to-face meeting between the leaders since Australia cancelled a multi-billion-dollar submarine contract with France last September. Well, let's get more on this. Danielle Robertson joins us from Sydney. Danielle, what are the leaders hoping to achieve in their discussions?
Yeah, well, the French President Emmanuel Macron is right now hosting the Australian Prime Minister at the Elysee Palace. The pair held a joint press conference before heading inside for their first formal face-to-face talks. Now, this is really about repairing and resetting the relationship. Mr Albanese reiterating that this was about looking to the future. He said there were a number of topics on the agenda for today, including climate change, security, the economy, education and culture. He wanted to also ensure that the French President Emmanuel Macron understood that this new relationship will be about honesty and trust. And he said he wanted to work together on how both countries can work on global challenges. Now, Mr Macron reiterated the sentiment from Mr Albanese, labelling these talks as historic. And Mr Albanese also, after these talks, is going to open an Australian Indigenous art exhibition in France, which is really a physical representation of the pair's strengthening ties.
And give us a sense of the bilateral relations between these two countries and why it's important for them to reset ties.
Yeah, well, of course, this meeting comes after the pair have settled a diplomatic stoush after Australia last year ditched a French contract over a submarine deal. And so this now moving forward is about strengthening ties. And the Australian Prime Minister said that France is important to Australia, that we have a long-standing history when it comes to defence, security and business. And he said there were big opportunities to come. He said France was crucial not only for security in the Indo-Pacific, but also for economic prospects in Europe. One of the big topics and something that is important for Australia is the Australia-EU trade deal, and negotiations for that deal are set to resume in the coming months. Now, this deal would allow for bigger opportunities for Australian businesses and would allow for more access to goods and services in Australia. So it is important for us, and the relationship with France is crucial for that. Now, initially, the French President Emmanuel Macron supported the deal, but talks were delayed after that diplomatic stoush. Now the French president doesn't have the majority in parliament, so he is relying on rural lawmakers to get the deal through, and farming groups do not want to support the deal. So things are getting a little bit complicated, but relations are heading in the right directions, and it is really a mutual agreement between the two, and they both benefit mutually.
And Danielle Robertson in Sydney, thank you.